Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the channel GH247 News, wherever you are around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great moment for Ghana, and hey, I'm excited to be here right now. And look, guys, if you're a Nigerian, I want you to be careful, be cautious, and look, this is a warning to you guys all out there. If you're a Nigerian, Ghana is no longer your mate. In fact, we've never been your mate. We've never been your mate. On any level. If it's music, we started it before Nigerians started it. High life music started or originated from Ghana. If it is about football, go and check the record. Ordinary Google will tell you the records. Yes. I am being honest. I want to be very frank with Nigeria this very hour. If it's about politics, we are far ahead in terms of democracy. As a matter of fact, we first of all gained political independence before Nigeria. We helped Nigeria to gain independence. South Saharan African, Ghana is the first to gain independence in 1957. And Ghana is still leading the race to fighting for Africa to date. If it's about being the head of United Nations, it is only Ghana, West Africa, Kofi Annan, being UN Secretary General for 2 consecutive terms for 8 good years as United Nations Secretary General. To date, Ghana is still leading. As we speak, just earlier this week, EU signed a deal with Ghana. EU, European Union, just signed a deal with Ghana to make Ghana their defense base in Africa. The only African in the whole of Africa continent, only Ghana. EU has signed that deal with. Why? Because they want to make Ghana like Japan. How what US made with Japan, the deal US have with Japan. They want to make sure that Ghana will be the base where they can rely on in terms of security on the African continent. And you know what? Guess what? Do you know the irony of this whole thing? As we speak, Ghana is the only country in West Africa that has introduced about, chip embedded biometric passport. Chip embedded biometric passport. Not just biometric. We have biometric where you have your fingerprint, but in this case, chip embedded. That will be linked to our Ghana card. That will be linked to our voters ID. That will be linked to our every information that you need about the Ghanaian. Ladies and gentlemen, and guess what this is going to lead to? Visa waiver for Ghanaians. Wait for it. Next year you will begin to see it. As we speak, in West Africa, Ghana is the only country that have more visa waivers around the world than every other country. Nigeria, go and sit back. I've heard many call Nigeria zoo nation, zoo country, or whatever it is. Go and fix your electricity first before you come back and talk to Ghana anyhow. We are not mates, oh. Guys, Niger, we are not mates. We are not mates. You see what is happening in UN? Last year, the president of Ghana delivered a solid speech at the United Nations, and 4 days ago, he delivered another solid message again that prompted 123 nations to support the transatlantic slave trade reparation deal. Where is your president, Tinubu? Where is Tinubu? Why is Tinubu not making the waves around the world? Why is Nigeria not making the waves around the world? The only area you hear Nigeria name is the trouble, where they are causing trouble. A few days ago, South Africa, another Igbo king in South Africa. Now there's chaos. Nigerians are taking cover right now in South Africa. Last year, similar incident took place in Ghana. Ghanaians, we protested. And at the end of the day, the government tried to, the so-called Igbo king in Ghana came out and said, oh, it's not like kinship. It's about the leader of the Igbo community in Ghana. Okay, we've silenced him. Now, another insurgent again in South Africa of another Igbo king. South Africans say no. And look, guys, South Africans, they don't just protest. They go to war. And that is why Nigerians are taking cover in South Africa. Why must it always be Nigeria everywhere? Why Nigeria every time? Every country you go to, if there's any problem within the African community, it's always been Nigerians. It is always Nigeria. Why? The chaos in Nigeria, you are not able to solve it, and you are taking the similar chaos to other nations. The instability in Nigeria, you cannot handle it, and you try to escape the instability in Nigeria. You run away to your neighboring countries, and you take the same problems, the same instability to other nations, creating chaos to other nations. Every country now says, we don't want Nigerians. Why? And that is not to say there are no good Nigerians. There are good Nigerians. I have good friends. Some of my best friends are Nigerians. And I'll repeat it and I'll say it again and again. But the majority. What is it about Nigeria? What? Nigeria will not play football and qualify for World Cup. Then they will not be praying for the ones that qualified to have to make a mistake, so that they will sit back and mock and laugh. Once it's not Nigeria, it shouldn't be any other nation. That is pure wickedness, hatred, evil. Giant of Africa, my foot. Giant in population. Just that. Only that. No common sense for majority of them. Oh, Ghana is a small country. Ghana of yesterday. Ghana of this. Only Dangote can buy Ghana. You see, the amazing thing is that Ghanaians, we don't fight for our individual benefit. Ghanaians fight for general populace. Ghanaians, if a Ghanaian is fighting for something, he wants the entire Ghana to win. But a Nigerian is fighting for his own personal gain. That is why they can say, oh, Dangote can buy Ghana. They don't say Nigeria can buy Ghana. They say Dangote. Dangote's money, is it coming to your pocket? Are you also enjoying Dangote's money? Is your family enjoying Dangote's money? Dangote alone can buy Ghana. Lagos alone is bigger than... Yes, let it be so. But individual Ghanaians are fighting for Ghanaians. The question is, individual Nigerians, are they fighting for Nigerians? We saw Ghana's president delivering a speech at the UN that won the applause of the world. You may say, oh, US didn't support. US support my food. Israel didn't support. Israel support my food. If you listen to the reason why Israel did not even support Ghana, the Israeli ambassador delivered a message. He said, the weddings, the gravest crime in humanity, the graveyard. That means that the Holocaust crime is not the gravest. That means that every other crime is lower to what Ghana claims as the gravest crime. That is why they did not support. And most of the countries that abstain, that is their wedding. Of course, to sell a human being should be the gravest crime. How do you sell a fellow human being? How do you sell a fellow human being? Look, this message I'm delivering here, Ghana, we've been so quiet for so long, but right now, it is time we rise and we speak for Ghanaians. It is time we rise and speak for other Africans, because as things stand right now, in terms of democracy, in terms of leadership role on the African continent, in terms of development on the African continent, in terms of human behavior, democracy, Ghana leads in every aspect. Don't come and tell me, oh, Ghana of yesterday. When were you born? When were you born as a Nigerian? Shut up. Don't come and don't bring yourself. Don't come closer. Don't. As of now, if I carry my passport, I can travel to over 50 countries visa-free. How many countries can we travel to visa-free? Nigerian? I can travel to at least, let me just say, even 30 visa-free, including Singapore. How many countries can Nigerian passport travel to visa-free? Tell me. Shut up. When a Ghanaian speak, Nigerians are supposed to shut up. When I speak, you as a Nigerian, shut up. We are not equals. Enough is enough. Ghana play football, we play against Croatia, we lost 5-1. Yes, I agree. Nigeria play against Iran, that is fighting war. Who has time to play football with you? And you want 2-1, and you are like, hey, you and FIFA you are playing on Atadika, I'm playing on FIFA to take the Ghana should not represent Africa, this and that. Yeah, shut up. Uneducated, uncivilized. I don't want to use those words. Because a common sense, we wouldn't be speaking this way. If you have common sense as a Nigerian, you wouldn't be speaking this way. Football is played on the pitch of play. You couldn't qualify. If in the playoffs you failed, but you are only looking for opportunity, then you'll be happy. Come on, guys. Giant soap of what? Generator country. Guys, I am angry because too much is happening. Nigerians are taking advantage. You see, Ghanaians are quiet. We don't talk much. We don't make noise, but we know what we do. And when a Ghanaian speak, the world listens. Like our president delivered, and the world has listened. 123 nations voted yes for Ghana. Where was your Tinubu? Shut up when a Ghanaian speaks. Shh. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back. I'll see you guys in the next one when you see me. Shalom and peace.